Where are you on them at the moment?
Well, they were outplayed as well. They were outplayed today, and they're a little bit all over the place. I know they've got injuries, but they've got enough players. The front three, when Højlund's fit, is very, very good, as we know, and once Rashford as well gets his head right, hopefully even better. Midfield's a problem. Apart from the kid in midfield, they're all over the place, and defensively is the same thing. I don't trust the goalkeeper. There's no way they're getting in the top four. There's absolutely no way. So I have to think that the manager probably will go in the summer. Although when you listen to what the new owners say now, which is, we're going to spend less money on incoming players, and all of a sudden you're thinking, really? You said, oh, yes, we're just going to incentivise them to come and play for Manchester United. That's not going to work, because they'll go down the road for an extra 10 grand a week. So watch this space for me. But I look at what Ten Hag has done over the last 2 years. Yes, he had a decent season last year, and I'm looking at him now and I just think, has he made them a better team after 2 years? No. In fact, I think they're a worse team than they were when he came in.
Yeah, John, I'll be honest with you. This might sound a bit of a mad one, considering on paper it was a comfortable enough 2-0 win, but I don't know which manager should be more concerned by today's performance, because United were so lucky that they were coming up against such a toothless Everton. They were awful today. Absolutely awful. They really, really were. And they're very, very lucky that they have in young Garnacho a boy who, again, we keep saying it about United. The difference between United and other teams that are up around the top is other teams have patterns of play. They have, you can kind of predict what they're going to try and do with the ball. United's whole game plan is about get it to 1-2, maybe you could include Bruno Fernandes a little bit, get it to 1-2 guys and hope they can come up with an individual piece of magic to dig us out. And that's absolutely what happened today. If it hadn't been for really, you can argue quick feet for Garnacho. I mean, I'll come on to Everton in a second, but like, they were in every other facet of the game, they were so poor. And look, I know you might argue that United have become a counter-attacking team under Ten Hag, and maybe the scoreline fed into the style of play a little bit in the second half. But don't tell me that Manchester United fans sitting in Old Trafford today were happy watching the ball being bossed by a Sean Dyche managed Everton. I mean, that's hard to believe that Manchester United are willing to accept that. Like, Everton bossed the ball in the second half. They had twice as many passes in the final third of the field as United had. I mean, it was just ridiculous, really. They've got the result, and you can argue that's all that matters. But the reason they got the result is for a team that the one upside Everton have had is that they've been defensively sound. I mean, I used to say to most of my players in a lot of dressing rooms, I'd tell them at heading into games, giving away a needless penalty is something that I see. If you give away a needless penalty, there's a hell of a chance you're going to be dropped for the next week's game. Nothing drives me crazier than a defender giving away a penalty when there's no immediate concern. Everton did it twice today.